Hey guys, Dr. Brown here with Kubo Math, and tonight we're looking at a system of equations for in our Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 groups. We've solved equations where maybe we had one variable, 2a equals 16 for example, divide both sides by 2. Okay, a equals 8. We could do those things. But what if you have two equations? So two equalities, and we need to find an answer for A and B that satisfies both equations. Not two different A's, not two different B's, but one A that fits both and one B that fits both that satisfies that. Now later we'll get into matrices, but now let's just do this as a system of equations. And the goal is, as you probably already know, since we have two variables, we need two equations to be able to solve for those variables. If I only had one equation, I can't solve for both. I mean, I can come up with an array. I could pick an A and then solve for B. But in this case, we're trying to solve for one A and one B that satisfies both. Now the goal is to multiply, and in my case I'm going to take this row and I'm going to multiply it by a -2. I'm going to multiply everything in it by -2, and then I'm going to add the two equations together with the goal of eliminating either the A or the B in the equation, so that I then end up with a new equation that only has one variable. I'll solve for that variable and then plug it back in. That's our goal. So you can see, if I'm going to rewrite the top equation. I have 4a plus 5b equals 30. Now if I multiply a -2 times 2a, I get a -4a. A -2 times a +3 is -6b, and that equals a -2. You know, this is an equality. What I do to this side, I have to do to the other side. So -2 times 16 gives me a -32. Now then, I'm going to add these two equations together. What's 4 plus, or 4a plus a -4a? Is 0. So this term now has canceled. There's nothing here. 5b plus a -6b, or a +5 minus 6, gives me a -b, -1b, equals 30 minus 32 is -2. So -b equals -2. I don't want to know what -b is. I want to know what b is. So I'm going to divide this by -1, divide this one by -1. Okay? Negative divided by negative, it's just like apple divided by apple. 10 divided by 10, the answer is 1. 1 times b is b. Negative divided by negative is 1. You know, it just cancels itself. So that wipes out and end up with just 2. So b equals 2. Okay. Now then, I can go back to either one of these equations now that I have b equals 2 and plug it in. So let's use this one. I have 4a plus 5b, 5 times 2. So now, let's just get over here. 4a plus 5b equals 30. 4a plus 5 times the b, which was 2, equals 30. 4a plus 10 equals 30. Now I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. So 10 minus 10, that cancels. So 4a equals 30 minus 10, which is 20. I'm going to divide 4 on both sides. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times a is a. A equals 20 divided by 4, which is 5. So now I have a equals 5, b equals 2. All right, so a equals 5. Let's plug it in here. b equals 2. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 times 2, which is 6. 10 plus 6 is, in fact, 16. Let's go up here. b was 5. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 5 times 2, which is 10. 20 plus 10 is 30, which it should be. So this would be how you work a system of equations where you have multiple variables. In this case, we had 2 equations, 2 unknowns, and we can solve for each one in this manner. You just multiply, pick a row, and that you can multiply it by something, then add the rows together to eliminate one of the variables, solve for the other one, and go back up and plug it in. And you could have picked either one of those. It wouldn't matter. B was 2. So if we had 3 times 2 is 6. 16 minus 6 is 10. So I would have 2a equals 10. Divide both sides by 2, which would give me a. 10 divided by 2 would be 5. So it wouldn't matter the equation that you used once you've already have one of these solved. Okay, that's all for now. Study, guys. Keep working as many problems as you can. And why are we doing this? Together we're trying to build a better tomorrow and do that through math. Link up with one of your local schools. Help some kids out, buy whatever supplies teachers need. Offer up some help. Our kids need some help, guys. Okay, that's all for now. Talk to you next time. Thanks.